I thought Stephen was actually with you.
I was, and actually, in Jenna's defence, I have to be honest, Lordship, I'm guessing, you know, in terms of the process here, we have people who actually have an input and actually who make decisions. Yeah, OK, you know what, you've maybe had a bad day at the office, you've made a mistake, and then you have people who don't make any decisions at all or have no input. So in terms of that, Jenna...
Who made no decisions then?
Well, for me, very simply, in terms of the task, I think Gabriella, I mean, she's sitting here now obviously quite quiet, to be fair, but Gabriella, for me, is, in our team, from a contribution point of view, it's lacking.
I do feel in Gabrielle's case we had two elements of our campaign, an advertisement and we had a website, and I think the website represented the theme and the message we wanted. So I'm going to give Gabrielle some credit, that I do feel that the feedback on the website is it said quality and heritage, and that's what I asked for and that's what Gabrielle produced.
Have you got something to say?
Yes, I do, yes.
Please.
Thank you. The first day, there was complete and utter confusion from Stephen with what the task was about, what we were doing.
Specifics, please.
Specifics, yeah, I'm going to go. We went to a large supermarket, and once we got there, I understood, you know, the situation. We're not going to see a wine connoisseur in a large supermarket, are we? So I sat there and took down, you know, ideas on names, design, colours, fonts, the best I could in that place. We were there for a rather long time while Stephen ran around the supermarket trying to find a wine connoisseur. He spent a lot of time trying to come
Gabrielle,
up. Yes, he spent a lot of the later on in the afternoon coming up with different names and whatever else to go onto the bottle. Well, I sat there getting to grips with what we needed to do.
This logo here.
That is Gabrielle's, actually.
Pardon?
That's Gabrielle's. That was very, very good input, to be honest. That logo. Absolutely, and I actually said that was very tough. But in all honesty, Lord Sugar, if I on day one had said, you know what, I'm going to sit back here and just support, I can tell you for a fact, for an absolute fact, what we've produced today would be nowhere near as good as that, because Gabrielle's input to Ricky would have been minimal. That is a fact. It would have been minimal.
In your opinion, Stephen, having seen the aftermath of what's gone on here, where did all this go wrong? Was it the advert was poor, the brand on the bottle was poor, or the website was poor?
The advert was poor.
Jenna?
Probably the video. They didn't like the video.
Ricky, you know that I'm going to ask you now which two people you're going to bring back into this boardroom. Who are they?
Taking opinions, friendships, personalities to one side, I have to look at the facts of this task and why we lost it. A lot of it stops down to the advertisement, the label and the name, and therefore I'm going to be bringing back Jenna and Stephen.
Right, OK, all right. Gabrielle, there it is. He doesn't see you responsible, so you can go off to the house and I'll see you on the next task.
Thank you.
You three people, perhaps you'd step outside also, and I'll call you back in shortly. I mean, Jenna is one of these, you know, classic, I put my hands up, OK, I took a risk, it's a bad advert, I agree it's a bad advert. Girl,
She's a good sport who tries terribly hard.
Yeah, we all work hard. There's a £250,000 investment that I'm making here in somebody I got to go into business with. See, Ricky is smart, there's no question of it, because I don't like the fact that he was making excuses about the weakness of his team because the skill set was in the other team.
Stephen, you know, is very articulate in this boardroom, but if he's so clever, if he's sitting in watching Jenna make a terrible advert, what's to stop him stepping in?
That's a very good point.
Can you send the candidates in, please?
Yes, Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar will see you now.
Ricky, tell me about this video then. Define to me what your aspirations were when they mentioned a bit of humour in it, a bit of comedy in it.
My aspirations were to potentially have the bride given a glass of champagne and her say, I'd rather have English sparkling wine. That was what it was supposed to be, and I don't think that was deployed in the advertisement.
Well, it clearly wasn't. It was a joke, the way it was deployed. But you went with the humour of, no, I don't want champagne, I want English sparkling wine, and you wanted to make it a bit humorous.
I said, I took all the ideas that everybody had on board and I said, I'm happy to have a bit of humour in there. I said, in no uncertain terms, I don't want it to be cheesy.
Can I just support this? Ricky pushing quality with a clear brief concerned that Jenna and Steve should not have a gimmicky or cheesy advertisement.
This video was going to be either love it or hate it. I took risk in business. I'm a risk taker. I took it and I made a mistake.
No, it's not a mistake, it's an understatement, Jenna.
It was appalling. Obviously, Stephen was there with me, but no one said, no, we're not doing that. No, we don't like it. Nothing.
I did say to you over the phone, not gimmicky, not cheesy, and at no point it sounds like either you haven't listened to me or you've just let her run with her idea with no input. That's how it's sounding to me.
It's my job to challenge it. If you as project manager, given the opportunity to turn it down.
Bear in mind, we're 4 professionals and we can't all be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
I need to have the faith in the people that are working with me.
OK. What is upsetting here is that you quite rightly said, right, I want all quality, quality. And then you didn't actually finish it off by going there and making sure it happened.
Yeah.
Did you not think that the video was going to be the most important thing in this project?
I did think the video was going to be hugely important, but I also felt the website would be hugely important, being a multimedia campaign.
I've got to start making a decision now on which one of you is leaving the process today. I mean, here we are in the 9th week. Jenna, you've been in the losing team 5 times. This is the 2nd time you've been in the final 3. Perhaps you'd like to explain to me why I shouldn't fire you.
The reason why I don't think you should fire me, Lord Sugar, is that don't shy away from anything at all. I made a silly mistake in this task, which I hope that I can learn from it and not make that mistake then and prove to you that I'm a valid candidate to be in the final.
If you're in my position here, who would you say has got to go out of these 3?
If I was in your position, Lord Sugar, you'd have to probably go with Stephen, I'm afraid.
So, Stephen, first time you've been in this final 3. Perhaps you can explain to me why you shouldn't be fired today.
I've won 6 out of 8 tasks. That doesn't happen by coincidence. I've obviously had some input. As a project manager, I also delivered a victory, and all I can say to you, if I was a project manager again, I would definitely deliver another victory, and most importantly... Definitely, yeah? I would definitely deliver another victory. I'd actually put my... well, I'll put anything that I have on me right now on that. Really
so
want
who
to win
should go for today, then?
It's a difficult one. So the ideas that were taken on board, the direction we had, I would have to go with Ricky.
And Ricky, the same question for you. I mean, this is the 2nd time you've been a project manager?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
And this is the 2nd time you've lost?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
You didn't bring your people into a win the last time, did you?
Unfortunately not, no. And the last time we very much was up against... I mean, Stephen's a member from the gym industry. It's his industry. This time I was up against somebody from the wine industry and website industry.
So you're making excuses again?
I'm not making excuses. The point I'd like to make, Lord Sugar, is I'm not afraid of people, regardless of their background. I'll take myself out of my comfort zone and I'll do the best that I possibly can. I think, I mean, Stephen, you have lost the least out of all of us. This is the first time in the boardroom, but I put that down to how well you are at deflecting accountability on every single occasion. I think that's a huge point.
Just highlight your own strengths for now, Ricky.
Well, no, I think it's my point at the moment, so you've had your chance to speak.
Yeah, of course,
I think personally, with the lessons that I've learned from yourself, Nick and Karen, I feel like I'm a much more stronger person now, and the business plan I've got is so exciting. I've got so many ideas going into that. It is going to make money, and I'd love to be on that journey with you.
Stephen, when you're in this boardroom, I think you could talk the hind legs off a donkey. It's like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth and you always got the right answer for everything. Ricky, I think, you know, there was big mistakes made here. I think that whether you like it or not, I see it as a defeatist attitude that you entered this task. David and Goliath and all that type of stuff. Because I don't think the product had anything to do with it. I think the fact of the matter is that it could have been any product. That was bad project management on this occasion. And Jenna, yeah, well, you work hard. You take sole responsibility for the disastrous video that we have on this occasion here. It's not just the disastrous video that worries me, OK? Everybody can make a mistake. I'll tell you what worries me. You didn't realise that this was a high-quality product and you should not have been making a humorous video in the beginning. Ricky, I don't know why you didn't go to the filming, OK? In my opinion, I think that is the real big error on this task. But it is with regret that I'm going to have to say, despite all the hard work, that, Jenna, I'm sending you home. You're fired.
Thank you, Lord Sugar.
Stephen, you are this close to going outside that door, but you did say, give me a chance. Well, I'm going to tell you what. You've thrown the gauntlet down. You are the project manager next, and I expect you to win, OK? You don't even know what the task is. Okay, you are the project manager on the next task.
100%.
OK, pair of you back to the house.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, Lord Sugar.
I think would have made Lord Sugar a great business partner. I think he has missed out, but it has made me more determined to go ahead with my business idea and do it on my own. I am going to be successful, and hopefully he may see that he did make a mistake firing me.
Ricky's lost 2 out of 2 as project manager, and I think that might be, might count against him.
I wouldn't be surprised if either Ricky or Jenna might go as well.
I think Stephen has gone. I think he's run his course on, being a good speaker. He's actually got nothing to back himself up in this case.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Jenna's gone.
How you doing,
Welcome
mate?
back.
How you doing? You alright?
Well done. What happened?
And I'll be honest, at 1 second I thought Steve was about to get the chop.
Yeah.
Then I thought I was going to get the chop.
I made a bet with Lord Sugar, and I said, I bet you I'm project manager and I bet you I win, and he took the bet. So I'm PM next time. Very tough boardroom.
In the fight for Lord Sugar's £250,000 investment, 7 candidates remain. Next time.
You've got to negotiate best discounts for a daily deal website.
50% discount.
I wouldn't even give you 10%.
No takers.
I can't run a business like this.
We apologise for not coming here with a plan.
We need to get the contract signed in the next 4 minutes.
Tight deadlines.
You don't have to teach me how to suck eggs. I know how to ask all that. I'm in a rush.
Bloody hell.
Did you understand what this task was about?
And one tough customer.
Sickening, that is to me. You're fired.